Hey everyone, Tamara here. I hope you guys have been keeping well and that you are continuing to evolve on your spiritual journey. Now, today I want to talk to you guys about how to balance your emotions, which is directly linked to the water element within your body. So, let's begin. So, truthfully speaking, the way to balance your emotions is to become less reactionary. So, in other words, you need to become non reactive to events that happen to you within your life. And the way that you can become non reactive is to become an observer. Before reacting to anything in life, you need to observe it first in order to truly be discerning about the situation or the circumstance that's at play. And the way to be a great observer is you need to be patient. How do you build patience? Through meditation. Meditation requires you to sit with yourself for long periods of time and to be still and to silence your mind and your thoughts. Once you can do that, you can get a much better control of your emotions. So, for example, if you hear something on the news like, oh, let's say a kid has gone to a supermarket and shot up 10 people in the store, most people are going to be like, oh my gosh, that damn kid, how can he do such a thing? How dare he, blah, blah, and then they lose their mind, right? Whereas you will observe the news story, you will observe the situation and see that 95% of news stories are engineered to trigger you in order to feed off of your emotional pain and your emotional suffering. So, in other words, the parasitic entities that run this world, or if you want to call them the elites, or whatever you want to call them, they feed off of your emotional suffering and your emotional pain and your emotional triggers, kind of like energy vampires, if you think about it. So when you hear such a story that, such and such killed this person and this person died and there's a war here and there's shootings over here, you're just gonna be chilled. You're gonna be cool. You're gonna be very stoic. You're not gonna be someone that loses their mind like, oh my gosh, the world is ending and how can the world be like this? Why are there such bad people in the world? No. You will see right through the games that these elites play in order to harness your energy. And mind you, it's not just the elites, it's also people in your day to day life. For example, narcissists. Narcissists feed off of your emotional energy. And if you're someone that's a so called empath, in my opinion, this is going to be harsh, but I need to say it. Empaths are not people who have supernatural gifts and, oh, they come from, starseed planets and stuff. Usually, empaths are people who grew up in very emotionally neglected homes. So they became super sensitive because they didn't receive that loving energy from their parents, which makes them emotionally open and sensitive to other people's influence. So what happens is that later on in life, they go out into the world looking for the love that they didn't receive in their homes and they get eaten alive by people. Empaths, they take on other people's emotions, they take on other people's challenges, dramas, traumas, and what ends up happening is they overload themselves and they can end up even committing suicide. Did you guys not hear that story of this girl on Instagram in the United States that posted an Instagram post about how she was looking after everyone and giving everyone her energy, but she couldn't be strong for herself. And she was telling people to check up on your strong friends. And then she committed suicide after she made that post. And in my opinion, that's a great example of someone that was a so called empath, but because she didn't know anything about boundaries and how energy works, she got eaten alive by certain people. So, when it comes to your emotions and um, balancing them out. You need to learn how to have boundaries, to not be so open to people, and to be less reactionary towards certain events, and to be more of an observer. Learn to just listen. You don't always have to speak. Listen, and as I said, observe, be patient, be discerning, and meditate as much as you can so that you can still your mind and to build up your observing skills and your patience and your discernment. So that really is how you balance your emotions, and you'll find over time you will get a lot more stronger and good at reacting less and observing more. Now, a mudra you can also do for your water element is like this. So the thumb touches the pinky here. So while you're even meditating, you can do this mudra. Heck, you can do it on both hands. Just sit, meditate, do this mudra. Do it maybe 30 minutes a day, every day, if you want to be able to balance that water element within you. So, yes, guys, and mind you, I've been there before. I've been the person that I went out of my way to help people, and I used to give people lifts home, lend people my stuff, and they would never give it back to me. I used to be that girl where people could just call me up and tell me all their problems, and they wouldn't even ask me how I'm doing, how's my day. I would lend people money, not lend, well, I'd give people money, I'd buy them food, and they wouldn't even say thank you. So for now, like for me, I've just learned that empathy and compassion can be used against you. That is the truth. We live in a world that isn't full of so-called love and light, and you know, people aren't as genuine and kind as you think they are. Everyone is at the end of the day ultimately looking out for themselves. So if you're going to be that person that wants to help everyone and to, save everyone, and you will be a doormat and you will be abused. I'm just telling it like it is. So learn to control your emotions and not to be so reactionary, especially when people come to you with their problems, and they go on and on about, oh, my husband did this, or my boyfriend did this, and this and that, but you can see that they're not trying to help themselves. It's usually because they're trying to feed off of your attention, which is your emotional energy. So be careful, be very, very careful. In any case, guys, that is my video for you guys today. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.